Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. So, update on the bike and what's been going on in the workshop. Right, the bike has been stripped down again for the 100th time. Well, not the bike, but just the carbs. Because I had lots of problems with the carbs. Bike just wasn't starting properly. I got it started over and over again. It was revving okay, and then it would just die out. So I thought, I really want to give these carbs another good clean. But the problem was that all the carbs were covered in paint. Now, a lot of it, they were already painted, and I just touched them up effectively. But it was my mistake, because I shouldn't have painted them or continued to paint them. I should have stripped them down completely. So if you look at the carbs now, most of the paint has come off. I've taken it off, okay? And what I've been using is, well, these are brand new, but lots of small wire wheels, that kind of thing, and smaller ones, even smaller ones like that, and is there even a smaller one? There we go. And tiny little ones like that, just to get into small crevices. So I cleaned it all up, and so the way I was cleaning it was basically just wire wheels, that kind of thing, toothbrushes, scrubbing brushes, anything I thought just to get these all clean. But then I went to the floats, and what I was using basically effectively was carb cleaner to melt all the paint, as you can see there. If you ever want to get rid of paint, carb cleaner actually works really well. Petrol works well, of course, but I thought carb cleaner, you can really see now how it's all bubbling away there. But then I thought, you know, I really want to give these a good clean. So then I looked into vapor blasting. I thought I could send these away to have them all vapor blasted, or you know, send them somewhere locally. And you know what? It's about 20 quid each carb to have cleaned, and I thought, well, yeah, it's not bad, I suppose. But the point of this build is that I spent too much money on it anyway, so I thought, right, I'd see if I could do it again. So that's why I went down the wire wheel route. But then I thought, do you know what? I want to do some regular cleaning of components. How can I do it? So this is what I got. Ta-da! I've got an ultrasonic cleaner. Look at that. It literally just came last night. It's a 3-litre one, and it's got a basket there as well. So basically I'll be able to take one of the carbs and stick it in there just about. It will just about get covered if I put it in the basket. So I've been doing quite a bit of research online, and obviously you put a cleaning agent in there as well. You could just do it with water. I've got this cleaning agent that's specifically for carbs coming, but I also bought these plastic jars. Now the reason I bought these plastic jars was that I'm going to put those in there like that, and then put the carb directly into there, so I could separate a cleaning agent on different cleaning agents. The problem is that the carb doesn't quite fit in there. Well, actually, let's give it a go. Let's see if it works. That'll be a no. So my idea was this: use different cleaning agents, and then I've done some research where you're not supposed to do this, but you can either use petrol or gasoline in a closed container or a vented container, preferably glass, not plastic. But I was thinking, well, what about kerosene? What about diesel? Because when I'm building bikes or cleaning bikes, I use diesel all the time to actually clean all the parts. It's a great cleaning agent. So I thought maybe I should do that. So I was going to use the ultrasonic cleaner for that. But because I can't really get the carb in there, in a jar to separate the kerosene, I'm not going to put kerosene in there and heat it up, because that's just a recipe for disaster, right? You know, petrol, gasoline is volatile anyway, but a lot of people don't realize that kerosene, diesel, is just as volatile, or nearly as volatile, when it's heated up. As soon as you start heating it up, then it becomes very volatile. So I thought, no, I'm not doing that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these in there as a cleaning with the carb cleaning agent. I'm going to have to sort of take the basket out. I think, well, you're supposed to put them with the basket. So maybe do a half side each like that, then turn them over like that. That's probably the only way I'm going to do it. And then I'll give you like before and afterwards and see how we go. So I'm still waiting for that carb cleaner to arrive. In the meantime, I'm just going to try and clean these up as best as I can, completely separate all the different components from there, and then just put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. So basically that's what I'm going to do. But say, you know, I've got jars, I've got a cleaner, I've been tackling these as well. I've reset the floats. So it's just been, you know, I've gone through, this is something you want to get. A little carb cleaning kit. These are like little wires and little brushes here as well. Yeah, that's to get in all the orifices. Loads of carb cleaner, just squirt that everywhere. But really, for my money, if you've got loads of crud on the carbs, don't put it in an ultrasonic cleaner straight away. You want to try and get rid of all that crud as quickly as possible. And I'm not sure whether the ultrasonic cleaner will lift the paint anyway. So you want to use whatever it is you're going to use to get rid of paint. If somebody's painted those carbs, which they shouldn't do really, you know, when I spoke to the vapor blasting guy, he said, are the carbs painted? I said, yeah, they were painted before. He said, yeah. And you could just hear down the phone his disgust. And I totally get it. I totally get it. You just basically want them as clean as you can. So basically, you know, this workshop was a complete mess when I was doing this the other day. I've had to go to work for 4 days. This is my first day off again. So now the next thing is just to tidy up here, finish off cleaning these as best I can, get most of the stuff off. I'm going to go over them with brand new wire wheels again. And then once I get the cleaning agent, what I'll do, I'll stick it all in there, and then I'll continue this video, making this video and showing you how they come out. But there we go. Shenanigans in the workshop continue. Catch you in a bit. Okay, just taking a little break from these carbs. Just thought I'd let you know I actually got new float bowl gaskets. Whilst these are off Z750 engine carbs, these are Mikuni carbs, I actually got a Z1000 float bowl gaskets, and they fit perfectly. So this is kind of sometimes when I say to people, just look around, and it might not be the exact same model, but you get the same parts that fit on many different models. So anyway, I just thought I'd quickly mention that, put those there. Give you a quick update here. I've had to put paint stripper, this paint stripper here, paint predator, on these float bowls here, because the paint is just stuck on there. So I'm going to leave that for an hour and see how we go. I've gone over these, completely stripped these down now. Well, as much as I really want to. I put a load of carb cleaner on them as well, and I'm going to go over them again just to try and get the last few bits of paint off. There's a couple of the carbs I've got quite a bit of paint left on there, and you can see it's already starting to react there as well. So hopefully I should get them pretty clean before I put them in the ultrasonic bath there as well. So really, I suppose the whole point of this video is to say, get your parts as clean as possible before you put them in that. I mean, that's pretty much what I would say. And your carbs, really, if you can do a complete strip down, which fool on me, I didn't do a proper full strip down. I just did the kind of surface. Yeah, battery ran out. Basically just to say that the float bowls are done. I've had to go over with this paint predator again just to get the last bits off. I've gone over the carbs again with carb cleaner, and then I'm going to try and get the last bit of paints off, really just to get them as clean as possible before I put them in the ultrasonic bath. It's full on me for splitting them apart before and not just doing a really deep clean. I did a kind of mediocre clean when I should have really did a deep clean. If after all this the bike is still not running properly because the valves are set, the timing's set and everything like that, I'm kind of running out of ideas, if you know what I mean, because the carbs, that bike should run properly, compression is right and everything like I do have concerns about the cam chain, but I'm going to see how I go with it. It's tight as it is, and the cam chain tension, that's what caused the problem last time. So we'll see how we go. But for now, the workshop is a mess. I hate working like this, but unfortunately dirty jobs like this, stripping everything down. Don't ever paint your carbs. Whatever you do, don't ever paint your carbs. And I should have cleaned them properly when I first saw them, as opposed to going along with it and thinking, oh, I'll just touch them up and keep them painted. Shouldn't have done it. My fault entirely. Although they look cool, they just don't. They're just not good. Right, anyway, with that, I'm going to take a break now, wait for all this to react, and then come back and finish off the job. Right. Right, so I've got this carb cleaner. I'm putting 1 to 10 solution, which is basically 300 ml of this to 3 litres of water. I've already put hot water in there. I'm going to get this going in a minute. I've cleaned off all the float bowls. One of the drain screws has buggered up, so I've ordered another one now. I'm going to strip that out. But basically, I'm going to give these a good old clean. And I'm also going to clean all the jets and everything like that, put them in a little jar, stick them in there, bish bash bosh, done. So and then I'll show you, but they're pretty much clean on the outside now, because I really went at them with wire wheels and paint stripper and everything. So look, compared to what they were, pretty good actually. But then what I'm going to do, I'm going to tidy all this up and then get the carbs in one at a time and give those a good old wash. Right, so let's crack on with this. Right, so I've set the ultrasonic cleaner to 50 degrees. Already had hot water in there anyway, so basically just waiting for that to heat up now, for that indicator light to go out. Once it's ready to go, then I'll put this in there in the solution, and well, I expect it to get pretty clean anyway, but we'll see how we go. I'll be interested to see these little bits of flecks of paint that are still kind of loose on there, whether it takes it off and whether it shines it up anymore, especially on the inside as well. But we'll have a go. I mean, this is carb cleaner, so it should do it, but we'll see how we go. Right, wait for that, then we'll crack on. Right, put it on for 15 minutes. You can see it's whizzing away there. You can see probably just with the water and the solution there, it's sort of buzzing away there. So let's leave that going for 15 minutes. Well, only a couple more minutes to go after that sort of 13-14 minutes in there. I've got the float bowls in there, and also got all the jets and everything in that jar. That jar's also filled up with the same solution as well. So let's just see how it goes. A couple more minutes, get it out. I've got a bath of water here to wash everything off straight away, then dry off. Everywhere else here is clean. So, getting on with it. Well, it's literally just gone off. If you notice on here, there's kind of a layer of crusty scum on top of the liquid. So I assume that's what it does. But if I just take this out, you can see how dirty the water has got. That's with all the jets and everything. So we'll see. We'll just set that aside. Let me just pull one of these float bowls out. Now it's quite hot in here. All right. I've got to say, that's not too shabby actually. I mean, in many ways it's hard to tell because I really did give it a good clean with everything, but it seems to have taken a lot of the top layer off. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this in for another 10 minutes and see how we go. So that'd be 20 minutes in total. Let me do that. Right, all done. Just taking out the last one now. Float bowls, looking pretty good. Put it in a cold wash bath. Already taken out all the jets and everything. Giving those a good old clean. Yeah, I mean they look pretty pretty okay actually. I think you just give them a bit of a wipe, and that residue sort of comes off quite nicely. They're all pretty good. Yeah, blow it through. Make sure all the holes are all fully unblocked. Yeah, works good. Let's have a look at these now. Yeah, they're nice and clean, aren't they? Look at that. That's actually quite nice. So there we go. Even with just the carb cleaner, it seems all right. Okay, I'm not convinced though, if you've got you know, surface dirt on there or paint, it will take it off. I still say that you need to clean off everything as much as you can before putting it in the ultrasonic cleaner, because essentially I suppose that's what vapor blasting is all about, really. Okay, to put the carbs in, I know this is probably unconventional, not the right way, because I've taken the basket out because they don't quite fit with this basket in a 3-litre bath here. So I've taken the basket out and I've just put 2 side by side. There we go, and they get fully submerged. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put these up for a 2 10-minute cycles and see how we go. Right. I was in for another 15 minutes. After 10 minutes, there wasn't much of a difference in all fairness. So I'm going to go for about 25-30 minutes all in on the carbs. Whatever happens, on this next cycle, I'll take them out, wash them, do the other 2 carbs. Right, I've got the other set of carbs in there right now, just well, sonicking away or whatever's happening. So I don't know if you can see, basically it's very clean now. The carb, there is a little bit of residue still left on. It hasn't gone, you know, gleaming, shining, or as if it's been polished, but it's been thoroughly clean, that's for sure. Now there was a little bit of paint, a few flecks of paint or specks of paint left on the carb, and it didn't remove it, but I'll tell you what it did, it softened it up. It softened it up, so I just literally just went over it with an old toothbrush and it came away. So I would still say definitely clean everything off, and if you've got paint on it, try and get it off with, you know, wire wheels and all that sort of stuff, you know, kind of a Dremel small wire wheel like I've done, and then do the ultrasonic. I mean, otherwise obviously take it to a vapor blaster, but the vapor blasters don't like doing it, I don't think, because one, it's a bit of a pig of a job, and I think especially if some people have even powder coated the carbs, that could be a complete write-off for the carbs as well, so don't ever do it. Right, actually I'm quite pleased with those. Do you know what I might do? After those are done, I'm going to leave them overnight. I've run out of carb cleaner, would you believe? So I might actually put them through again. Why not? Give them a good old going through and see how I go. Right, leave those there. But have a look at the water here that I've been swishing them around in, rinsing them off. It's gone dirty. The water in the tank is really dirty as well. So if that's anything to go by, it's giving them a good old clean. So that's it really. Right, hope you found that useful. As I say, all I'm going to do is finish off the cleaning process. Then the next job will be putting all these back together. So what I'll do, I'll make another video of that, putting all those back together, because that takes a bit of time. I'll stick the camera up there in the corner so you can just see what I'm doing. I'll talk my way through it. But that is quite a long time, so obviously there'll be lots of editing there just to, you know, so it makes it watchable. Right, leave that whirring away for a little bit longer. Time for a cup of tea. If you don't want to do it, just keep on watching the videos. I'm going to catch you again. Bye now.